Morning, everyone. Hope you can all hear me all right. I can see the chart. If you can't hear me, you have a problem because you won't hear me to ask the question. But at least I know if there's a problem with audio, it's not my side, it might be the trader's side. Good, good. Thanks, eh? See the gold hit the TP again. I think a couple of new names there. Just anyway, just repeat. Trade Room is more or less a forum, if you like, where we discuss strategies, trade ideas, etc. I clearly host it, but everyone can join in. It's very important to actually do. Because I've been doing it for a while, and some of the other guys have. It might get a little bit quick for some guys. Just say, hang on, I missed that. Going a bit quick there. What was that again? It's vital you interact. That's the point. Don't just sit there and expect it all to sink in like a download. No, you need to interact. Whether you can verbally interact, of course, or you can post on the chat line. Either will do. But if I start mentioning stuff, think, well, where do you get that from? What does that mean? What's that blue line on the chart? Well, ask. That's what it's for. Because I do know for a fact a lot of people don't, and they ask questions down the line on stuff that would have been easier to answer in the Zoom trade room than on a live chat, clearly. So yeah, we can try and work it together here. Because we saw Claire there, and she wrote an excellent email saying, and the transfer from the class can be some little bit bewildering straight to the trading room. And again, that's because I've been doing all the time for quite a while, and it tended to sometimes go a bit quickly. I'm trying to work on it, and I need people to, just mention, hang on a minute, Roger, not be rude about it. I wouldn't be rude back, but I mean, just say, I'm not quite sure what you mean, clarify that or whatever. Remember, this is a trading room. I'm happy to clarify, answer questions. We're not here to give you full training. That's the stock market college. If you can't buy it, you don't want to buy it, well, you might flounder a bit. You can't become a doctor without going to classes, can't become anything without going to some classes. You have to do those first. We take it as read. You know what a pip is, you know what a mini lot is, you know what a micro lot is, you know what leverage is, you know the basics. We take that as read. You know how to operate the platform. I'd like to put the order in, but how do you place it? That's not a question of trade room. You have to go to the class for like platform trading, Forex or CFD class with Stock Market College. The Stock Market College clearly is not free, but the platform trading is, so you can certainly do that. But trying to save money on knowledge will usually end up biting you back, because you will need some knowledge for this. And always remember, a degree in common sense often works better than a degree in atom splitting, whatever astrophysics do. Okay, I'll pass. We get started. Okay, let's just go into a couple of things. We've got to trade out WTI. I think some guys might have taken a loss. I hope most of the guys who took the trade the last time round, because they did very well, quite well, not very well, didn't get the TP, would have modified like myself. A lot of trading room guys would have modified and been stopped out in a profit. Right, so we do know that the FOMC meeting is later on. That's the Federal Open Market Committee meeting. Most of the stuff we talk about here is on the US, unless I mention otherwise, just to take, I mean the US. If there's anything else I will mention, it's the Euro or something else. Okay, and so it's come back quite a bit. Now, it could affect it. What happens? Interest rates 0.25% is very likely to occur. Q&A can be affect what happens to oil, just like everything out there. Later on this evening, 8 o'clock. Friday is the non-farm. I mentioned that a few times. The post we're having a session on trading the non-farms at 2 o'clock on Friday. I mean, you've got the jobless claims in the Eurozone coming out with interest rate decisions tomorrow, just to bring you up to date. So it would be affect WTI. So why we're doing it now, most of them will be fairly quiet. The idea behind it was to get a wide stop. The stop is down here somewhere, right out the way. So I thought even if it comes off a bit, might even come back to 70. As long as you got your position size calculator properly done, you worked out your volumes, even if it comes back to 70, you're still in it, stop down here, and you're on board, because it might not come down, it might move up and you want to be on board. That was the idea. So you need to be on board. If it comes out good for oil, shoot up. It comes down, it'll come down. Well, I don't think it's going to take this guy out. Remember, the producers have borrow enormous amounts of money on oil production. They've got it, infrastructure purchases, spending based on oil, and it's based on oil at certain prices. And they have the ability, like OPEC, Russia, etc., to start closing the tap. If it starts dropping below 70 to 67, 68, it goes down to 65, even though people might be using less fuel, all they do is close the tap to get it back above 70, 75. So they have that ability. They don't want to bankrupt the West, or bankrupt the oil buyers, should I say, by having it too high, but they don't want to bankrupt themselves by having it too low. Just simple as that. So on that basis, this was a particularly wide stop down here, of 66 somewhere or other, in a way, didn't want it's not being on board. So let it trundle along and see what happens if you took it. If you didn't, that's your choice. Remember, it's an advisory thing. It's not suggesting, it's suggesting things. It's not saying you must do it. You don't do what you like. Look at the trade. Don't like it. Don't do it. Work out your right volumes. And it worries me when a lot of guys who bought the course, they didn't necessarily enough, they bought the course and they're relying too much parrot fashion on trading ideas. What's the point of learning how to fish if you're around someone giving you the fish? So, you know, you need to get the knowledge to say, I think I'll wait up. I'll wait till it gets to 70. Or I'll go in half now, some later on. Or I think I'll wait for the FOMC to get out of the way. Or I'll go to the trade room and maybe discuss it there or whatever. Not just blindly go in. It's just that's the idea. Okay. Hope we're all good with that. So I come off a little bit. You can't never ever try and pick bottoms or tops. It's psychological, obviously. So to get into it, you want to shoot in your direction immediately. Clearly, that doesn't happen. Buyers and sellers, millions of them. That's why we can't tell that's going to go to 30 or 20 or 40 next seconds. There might be some in Luxembourg right now uploading a $10 million position. There might be somebody in Saudi Arabia buying $10 million worth. There might be somebody in, I don't know, Cuckoo Land buying 10 million, whatever. All the time it's going on, millions of people as we speak. So don't try and predict what's going to happen to the next set. It's impossible. That's absolutely impossible. I don't know what's happening in Luxembourg and France or whatever. Individuals sitting there in front of their computer, up and down. Just bear that in mind. So you've got an overall view. And I think with overthought, I see some upside back in this sort of area here. A risk reward. So if you like it, great. If you want to wait, absolutely there. Trade eyes there, free of charge. Didn't have to pay for it. Hope you like it. Hope you think it's worthwhile. Okay, just wanted a bit of clarification on that because it's understandable. I did the same myself when I started going to think somebody knows. Actually, my first trade ever, I thought it didn't go right. Actually, I couldn't believe it. Fellow brothers, why didn't it go right? The guy explained to me, do our best. We can buy them. He explained to me, at least I listened to the open, so I can take your point. So, yeah. Okay, right. We got a trade out yesterday, CAD JPY. I hope most of you are still on board with it. Okay, it's not quite got to the TP. I think it just missed it. Where did it get to? 68. The TP is 99.50. 99.50. So it came with 18 pips to the TP. That being as it may, hopefully you've modified. You do not want to take a loss. Can't see that happening at the moment. Anything can happen in these markets. But we got in at, I forget now, 101.5960. So it's nearly 200 pips in profit. So clearly, that's the last thing you can do is take a loss in such a profitable trade. So the best thing you want to be doing is modifying your stop. So hope you guys are still in this trade. I hope you didn't do what I've been going on about lately, take your profit too quick and panic and holding on to your losses too long. That's a guaranteed way to trade yourself to the poorhouse. That is relying on fear, and fear comes back and bites. It's not going to work. So modify stops, cut positions, etc., but ride the winners and not hold on to the losers, which most people do when they start, and wonder why the signals are wrong and trading wrong, because they're trading, well, like most people do, have beginners, because they're beginners. Try and get that out of your system. Ride the winners, not the sodding losers, which we naturally seem to do. Okay, so I hope you guys are still in this one. You should have been stopped out. It didn't jump enough to stop you out. We had a modified stop to, I think it was 100.50 last night in the trading room, as it didn't get there. So you should all still be in it. Who said last night, Pietro, I love you. Well, bloody done. See, he's in it. And I'm always going to point out a guy who makes a mistake like that, who hasn't been doing it for long. The reason is it'll encourage other people who are starting. If you've got some who's only been trading 2 or 3 weeks, or not exactly, a very short period of time, and starting to catch on, it means you can do it. And I'm prepared to bet, Pietro, you're not a 170 IQ astrophysicist, so you don't have to be. And even if you were, you probably wouldn't do any favors anyway. It doesn't make much difference. But the point I'm trying to make, it's encouraging to know that it can be done by guys like you and me, not some sort of master stroke savant genius. You know what I mean? Gerard's in it. I can't even spell 175, never mind having an IQ at that level. Give an idea, 175 is a university don who's considered a pretty clever oak. He's got an average IQ about 120-ish, right about there. Remember, it's exponential. So you can imagine 175 is beyond genius. Okay. Normally, the guys have IQs above 200. They're usually screwed up anyway, because everything around them must be boring as hell. I think only 1 or 2 in history ever got that, and everything must be a nightmare and boring. Anyway, moving along. So yeah, you're still in. That's good to hear. We can do another modification. Well, might as well, unless you've already done yourself. Keep it above the round figure of 100. Make it, keep it at 100.20. Bring it out to 100.20. You're building a fabulous profit of about 140 pips or so, and we're still going for it, and it might even hit the TP. Yeah, I hope it was a short, not a long. It should have been short. A lot of guys shot. I think Martin, who's here, asked me about it. I'm not keen on buying the NAS. Short the run is the way forward. Good, that's okay. I wouldn't get too cute with it today. Not FOMC coming up later. FOMC is a bit of a mouthful. Not with Powell coming up later. I would not jump in too quickly now. Okay, good. That's good news, Dirk, good stuff. Pretty damn sure wild horses would not drag you away Fridays 2 o'clock at non-farms. Gold, leave it alone now. Or set the TP anywhere. It shouldn't be in it anymore. Some maybe raised it. Hit the TP. We had a TP out of 230 anyway. Hit the TP anyway. Some guys are still in it. For goodness sake, modifying your stop and hang on in there. So you're going to take a profit, whatever happens, but don't join it now. Definitely be affected what happens with the US. Don't play around with it now. Leave it alone now. If you're in, do as I said, but don't join it now. Okay. My note. There's different. There's crude oil in the Saudis. The cheapest oil to get out of the ground, and it's not. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as high quality as the WTI, which is Western Texan Intermediary, basic American oil. Okay, that's slightly high quality. It's a slight difference in price. The most expensive oil to mine, if that's or drill for, the correct word, is Brent oil, because you've got to make extremely expensive platforms. You've got guys on board there doing 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and it's not much fun. So you're going to pay them well and all the food and the safety of building them. And they're going to drill below the horrible weather they have down there below. Very expensive to pull out, but it's the highest. So there's a slight difference in Brent oil price to WTI than crude oil, but they are still oil. You're not going to get a situation where Brent's not going to get, so likely get a situation. Brent's going to go up $10 and WTI is not going to go up, or crude's going to go down and WTI is going to go up. because it's oil. Might be slightly different quality, but oil's still oil, if you get my point. Western Texas Intermediate. It's basically American oil. That's it. Oh, that's clarified it. And that's what I want you to do, Munro and Company. I want you to ask questions. If it takes too long, go to class or we can Google it. But if I can quickly answer it, I certainly will. Yeah, simple, straightforward answer. No more, nothing more complicated. And suddenly you realize, hang on, what's the difficult after all? Gold could shoot up, but if the 25% comes in and he talks about, I'm still pretty hawkish on interest rates, dollar will go up, gold will come down. If he says this is very likely to be the last interest increase for quite a while, the banks are doing inflation control for us by the cut down on the lending, then gold will then probably go on. Yeah. Your guess. I'll leave it to you if you want to guess that. And quite frankly, it's a guess at this stage. Either scenario could pan out. So if you're in, modify, so you can't lose on it. You get stopped out in the movement, you made a profit. If it shoots in your favor, you make a much bigger profit. What a pleasure. Joining it now, not a good idea. My opinion. These are all my opinion, my suggestions. Okay. Nothing set in stone. Okay. Right. So yeah. You've done your CAD JPY. If you've done the WTI, let it run. I doubt we're going to get many trades out. I looked at a few this morning, but I'm a little bit nervous. I thought technically didn't look too bad, but I'm a bit nervous. Here's one. Nothing to do with the dollar. It's the EURCHF, but I'm still a bit nervous with it. EURCHF. We missed a couple, unfortunately. ADJPY, two lectures now. GBP I tried to push it, nobody seemed keen, but it turned out all right, but it's too late to chase it now. We call it, what I call it anyway, the shipper's sell. When the shipper's sell, you wait for it to come back or leave it, don't try and chase it. Okay. This I thought might be possibly some downside, but I think some guys are scared of it. And one of the reasons they came up with this morning was we've got interest rate decision on the euro tomorrow. Today, US, tomorrow. I'm sure the GBP, I think, is coming out as well. But anyway, more importantly, it's the euros coming out tomorrow, so people are a bit hesitant. But I do see, so possibly might get some downside here. But yeah. Or you can put a couple of bucks in there, Dirk. If you want to make use of it, it's being good to you. Why not go and grab a couple of bucks? Raid the piggy bank. Why would you get out of your buy on WTI? Why would you say that? You've got a trade idea to buy it, and you're asking me an hour after we sent the trade out, in fact, probably, yeah, about an hour after the trade out to get out of it. Why would you do that? Interesting why you asked that question. Why do you think of the answer to that? US dollar, Swiss franc, I'd leave this alone, definitely. I do see downside, but anything could happen on the dollar and it might suddenly strengthen, then it would shoot up. I wouldn't play cute with the dollar. I'll say again, 8 o'clock tonight, Jerome Powell is announcing interest rate decision, high probability, 0.25% increase. That's not the issue. The issue, when will he taper it? When will he stop increasing? What will the Q&A produce? Anything could happen. The markets react sometimes strange ways, unpredictably. Don't get cute on it. I don't buy or sell it now unless you want to. I'm suggesting only leave it alone. Don't get cute with the dollar. Stock market, that will be affected. Gold will be affected, and the indices will be affected worldwide. So leave it alone. If you're in, I hope you're short because that's the better way to be. But it's on support now. It might, or resistance if you're going short. It might bounce a bit, but almost certainly it's going to drift. I doubt we're going to get many players getting cute with this leading up to 8 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be probably, I'll show you on the shorter term mark, it's going to be probably a lot of 15-minute sideways movements. If you're not in it, leave it. If you are in it and you're in a profit, modify the stop to protect yourself and then just move on. Okay. Why, sorry, Munro, why do you want to say get out of your buy on WTI an hour after we sent a signal out to buy it? I'm intrigued with the question. unless I'm missing the point, anyone else might help me watch. Sometimes I miss the meaning, someone else might see it. Anybody out there think they should get WTI right now in the buy? Maybe I'm missing a point somewhere, but it would help if you give me an answer to that. You can unmute if you like. If you take too long to type it, just unmute and we can discuss it. But this is an intriguing question. I can only answer it if you give me a reason why you would possibly want to do that in the first place. Need to be quick on it. Can't hold the whole team up here waiting for an answer. Otherwise, get forgotten about and move on. So when you ask a question, if you can move on it, be easy. I think that. Because when you place a trade and of it does not go into profit within the first time, you can just go in the other direction. Okay, if you've got a system like that, it works for you, fair enough. I found that myself, if anyone else has. Has anyone found that? They place a trade and then it doesn't work out, you get out of it. I'm not sure that's a clear-cut strategy that I would say I've had much experience that actually occurred. Anyone else, any comments on that one? I'm not too sure about that at all. No, I've seen it come down for several hours and then shoot up. I've seen it flirt with a stop loss and then shoot up and it TP'd. I don't think it's quite as simply predictable as that. Wonderful it was, and it could all be okay. Yeah, I think a lot of the problems, a lot of guys are sold the idea of day trading, day trade. In reality, it doesn't happen that often. It does. Like anything can happen, but often you could be in a couple of days. Biggest answer to any question, I won't get into the market. The biggest answer is always that nobody knows. Look at this candle here, that green candle there. This is a daily chart. Look at this candle here. That's also a day. Look at the difference in the size of that and the size of that. Depends on volatility. It depends on so many variables and factors that you can be in a couple of weeks. People in gas can be in there for 6, 7, 8 weeks. Some might be in a few hours, some might be in days. It's impossible to tell. The market will do what the market does. You have your stop protected, you can modify it, and that's about the only thing you can control. You can control mistakes like volumes and knowledge and things like that. But what the market does, you can't control that. That's the market was made up of millions of people with different variables, sign, money, strategies, thoughts, cultures, you name it. The short-term movements impossible to predict. We just go for an overall view, and the ups and downs, we call the noise, just let it run. You got your protection, let it run. If you're long on this one, for arguments, let it run. Goes up maybe 40, 50 pips. You can modify your stock, break even or something, reduce your risk, get whatever. You can do that, but it's not a question of I'll get in at 89, and then when it gets to 89.50, I'm going to take it today, and I'm going to set my goal. I'm going to get 50 pips a day. And there's too many variables. You've got to be far more flexible than that. Certainly discuss it again with pleasure. Okay, WTI. Right, it's coming off a bit now. The idea behind it was this. The basic fundamental first, I can't see the producers accepting much below $70 a barrel as the price of oil. Remember, those countries borrow on it, spend money on infrastructure from that income, and they're used to a certain area where the money comes in at certain prices. Saudi Arabia's probably got the least expensive cost of getting it out of the ground. It's all right for them. That's why they can control it better. But a lot of other countries, Venezuela, Angola, Nigeria, Canada, America, Russia, all producing nations, they need that income. They don't want income at 60. They need income at 75, 80 and above. They're loving 100, but they don't want to bankrupt the nation. So there's a bit of a payoff between the two. So I thought, is it going to come back to 70? There's a good chance it might come back to $70 a barrel. Do we wait for it to come back and then get a cheaper price, or do we go in now with a wide stop? That was the thinking behind it, to make sure you're on board. So you work it out and say, right, if it doesn't come back to 70 and it does to start to climb from here, and we get a backing from the Fed that says it's going to sort of go further up, and things occur, it does go up, you're not on board, you missed out. So I thought, we'll get the trade out. Instead of having a $3, $4 stop as normal, we've got over $5 stop. So it's right out the way. So it's got to be a serious disaster to get you stopped out. You've got your position size calculator, and even if you haven't, we've given you the risk for micro anyway. You've worked it out, you've understood what those risks are because you're a proper trader, and you said, I'll accept the ups and downs, the noise, at least I'm on board. And if I do get stopped out, I can afford it because I understand my risk, and I worked it out before I pressed the buy button. And so therefore, at least I'm on board. Whether it comes back to 70 and bounces or it bounces from here, I have no idea. Nobody in the world does. If I did, I'd say, right, put a pending order in for 70.85. Don't worry about the stop because I know it's going to go up. We'll make it 85, hit there and then come off again. That's the dream that people want, but it doesn't occur in reality. Because remember, you've got to have counterparty risk. Every time you buy, someone's going to sell. If I know that's going to happen, I won't be able to buy it because nobody's going to sell it to me. You get the idea. So we're going to take an overall view and I say, right, it's come off a bit. What was the original price in? 71.70, it's come off 70 cents. So be it, the noise up and down. It might pop up at 71, it might hold, it might get to 72.50, and then come back another. We've no idea. All we can say is we think it's oversold. We think the producers will start cutting back production if it comes off much further to increase it up. And on a technical basis, it's pretty low down. There's a suggestion. Then you make the choice to take it. You work out your volumes. Up you go. That's the idea behind it. Okay. That's entirely up to you, Tomby. But the difference to you and Tomby, which I have to say, I'm out loud embarrassing you, but I respect you, because you seem to be able to think a little bit. You're saying, right, I'm coming to learn something. So therefore, I'm over 18. I'm in control of my life, and it's my life that affects me. So I'm going to make my own decisions, not let some stranger I never met before make them for me. I like it. Absolutely. You made that decision. That's brilliant. Well done. Okay. No, you don't put a buy stop limit. Leave the buy stop limit alone. I mean, put a buy limit. The buy stop limit is all it is. You get the buy limit, and then it shoots up to a certain area. It's an opposite order will kick in, and the previous buy will be kicked out. Don't worry about it. I can't say I've used it. I'd rather, because I maybe in front man who used it. I think rather what will the buy limit, sell limit, and the buy stop, sell stop, and the market entry. Just worry about those. Don't worry about the others. Okay. Okay. Now, Munro, I've just got to mention something. Some of the questions you're asking, I'm happy to answer, but they should have been done in classes. It's a trading rule. Don't mind clarifying, but you don't do margin, free margin. It won't take 2 seconds. I'll explain the money. That should have been learnt in the classes. There's another question you mentioned there. I have another question. What Zooming do I learn how to read market structure? That's for the stock market college classes. You don't go to a law firm and say, give me a job, please, Mr. Law Firm, and then train me up and say, no, you go to law school, get the training, and then once you pass the training, you come to us. You don't go to university to learn mathematics. You get that at school, and we've got a certain level, then you go to university. This is for people who know how to operate the platform and know the basics, what the difference in Forex is, and shares, CFD shares are, what leverage is, etc. And then they go through, I believe, some trading ideas and structures in there. Once that's there in place, then we come in here and we discuss trading ideas and certain strategies, which I use with no problem there. But you've got to have that basics. If I start explaining that, number one, you're getting it for free, which is going to annoy the people who paid. And number two, it's going to hold up guys who've traded before, who come specifically to take the trouble to gain that knowledge and are looking for trades and discussing not only increasing their knowledge and their expertise in the trading in firmament, not to answer like the 1 and 1 and 2 type of questions. So I will answer that, just bear in mind. So if you haven't got the course, you can't come here for a freebie. You need to have the basics under you. So I suggest you contact Stock Market College, go to their website and purchase it. You have to buy it cash. I think it's done on a monthly basis. If you can't afford to buy a course, you can't afford to trade. You can't afford to get knowledge, you will lose what little money you have because you won't know how to do it. And I haven't got time in here to do it on a one-to-one. Well, I have, but you've got to have a large amount of money, like going to a lawyer. If you pay me 3,000 to 4,000 rand an hour, I'll give you private tutelage, but I ain't going to do it for now. No, I'm only kidding, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to get the concept.
Roger, if I may.
Yeah.
Roger,
Yeah,
Future, yeah. Can I post a link on the site here for him to join a free trading course that the college is offering at the moment on micro indices?
You can do what you like, absolutely, yeah, as long as it
Thank you.
doesn't
I'll post it on
have
for
a
him.
conflict of interest. Say, go and take your bloody money elsewhere. Leave Quick Trade, Stop My Alone, come and join my company, and start thieving leads off us. That's a different ballgame. But it's to help the client. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the link. You can link up on that and see if he likes it.
Okay. But those basics need to be understood. You need to know what a pending order is. That's platform trading. That's free of charge. Difference between free margin, margin. The margin is what you have on the market. The free margin, what you have in your account. You need to have free margin in your account because it's a derivative. It's a leveraged instrument. So you've got to have that collateral, the margin deposit, by the way, the collateral, to maintain enough margin on the open trades you've got. If your free margin disappears, you'll get margin call. It'll be closed off. So your free margin, you start off with 10 grand and you put 8 grand on the market. That's your margin. Your free margin, therefore, what's left over is 2 grand. That's the money you've got to spend, but you need to keep a decent sum in there to make up for the up and downs of the market. That's something in more detail. You can actually Google it or go to classes. That's the basics of it. If you didn't understand what that meant, but I like you coming in. But I have to say, in all honesty, I'm more than happy to help you. I don't want to hold the whole class up on going to basics, which should have been done through SMC or whatever, or basic stuff anyway. Okay, that answers your question anyway. Market structure, yeah, but Pietro's helped you on that. Okay. Oh, that's very good. I didn't know about that. Okay, it's affiliate one. It's a nice freebie for you. That's all right. Well, that's good to know. Thanks for that. Okay, I learned something there myself. Good, good. You see, it's your name, Mundro, guys. We're there to help you. If I can't, Pietro will. Funny will. If you can't, Joe, Mary, John, Bill, I know, whatever will help you. We're here to help. But I'm not going to hold up the whole training class, giving you a one-to-one freebie. Then see what I'm going to get some bloody poison pen letters sent to me. You know what I mean? Get some bloody poison arrows going virtual ones thrown me. Basically, don't try and get something for nothing, unfortunately. Got to put some effort in studying and maybe some investment. Don't do that. Okay, about it, took it in Tomby. I think your dollar yen one's doing okay, eh? You got him on about the 135.60 mark, I think. And most of the others didn't want it, too scared, eh? And well done. So there's a lady who made her own mind up, saw the logic what I was talking about, tried to go along and do it. And now you've got a big smile on your face, eh? What price get in? About 135.70, 80? You should be about 80, 90, 100 pips up. And if you did, obviously modify. I'll keep it above 136, maybe 136.20 if you're still in. But you should be up nicely on that one. And remember, in Tomby, like Peter, I haven't been doing it that long. So, you know, she's gathering information, taking notes, and using a lot of common sense and doing fine. And yeah, if you're not happy, we wait for confirmation. WTI is coming. I'm not panicking yet. It breaks down below 70. I'm going to get fed up. We got it down to 66. We should be okay. But I think if it gets down to 70, which I think is a good chance I might do, leave it. Hold on. And then people like Zombie and some of the others might say £70. I'll get in there at a better price. That's fine. You have done. But you took the risk. It might not have done that. You're not on board like the GBP to PHF. You missed it. The $1,000 yen missed it. AUD, JPY, missed it for those reasons, but that's your choice. But you're certainly learning, that's for sure. Well bloody done. But because I said, I'm convinced a lot of guys are expecting stuff to be downloaded and hand on a platter. Afraid you might get a bit disappointed. Spending money is easy, earning money is not easy. It tends to take some bloody hard work, unfortunately. Horrible, boring, but it's the way it is. Okay. If I ruled the world, earning money would be difficult, spending would be easier. I think it's a far better way to have it. If you're really keen on making money, go out and make it, and then give the money, because you don't want to spending it to those who want to spend it. Then we're all happy chappies. But nobody seems to take me up on that. Good idea, though, hey. Very much, Hillary, very much. Ah, Vandila, you're going to be hanging on that natural gas. I don't know. What's it doing here? Trying to forget that thing, trundling along. I'm not sure it should have been in it, actually. Unless you got decent funds and a lot of patience, you really should be in it. Trundle along, probably tool hold. I think the stop's below, I can't remember. But that you could be in there another few weeks. I did warn you guys, you're going to take it. Patience is, if take an exercise of patience and thing. Okay, that'll be bloody brilliant, eh? Hope you've all modified your stops. Hope you've all modified your stops. So whatever, you know, losing the trade, another 20 pips to go. Whatever. Don't forget, you're not getting out on this price, getting on this price. So if that gets to 650 and bounces, and this says 54 and goes up, you'll still be in it. Even if the arrow, the wick on the line says 99.50, you'll still be in it because you've got to get out on the ask or the buy, not the bid or the sell. Just remember that's the market maker spread. I didn't think through that. Well, this is it, because unfortunately, Pietro and company, we learn a lot of theory when we go to college, because you have to have part of the syllabus to learn a whole bloody lot. But a lot of it you're not going to be using, and a lot of theory is slightly different when it comes to commercial practice. And that's why we try and use the basics of that and put it into practice and understanding the emotions. Because I often think part of buying a course in trading should be a large part of share a course in psychology, because that's usually the one that usually comes up and bites. I've seen highly intelligent people screw up simply because their emotions, psychology, whatever, their fear or whatever, and their greed took over from their rational. The theory went out the window, basically. Yeah, that's true, Wandili. Yeah. But the trouble is discipline, effort, studying, patience, these extremely boring words. And I've been in sales. They're not words you tend to use. These are words exciting. This is what you can achieve. These are the dreams. That's far more tend to use. You don't come out, if you buy this off me, I can promise you it's going to be hard studying. It's going to be a lot of patience, a lot of effort, burn the midnight oil, giving up weekends out with your mates to study it and all that. I don't think we're selling much, but unfortunately, it's a part of it. We all know that deep down, but you know. But it's worth it, you can do it, I tell you. Why does one guy get more than another? Because they went through that pain to go and get the stuff. That's why the skill get more. No shortcut, I'm afraid. Otherwise, if you believe that's the case, why bother going to school? Why bother going to university? I asked that teacher once, who didn't bother studying, and wonder why I didn't make any money. Instead of you, of all people, should realize if you're in the business of education, you need to be educated in the subject. Anyway, whatever. Okay, that's getting close. Looks like might hit the TP. What a pleasure. Probably someone say, well, should we move the TP lower? Maybe you can. It's up to you. But it's had a pretty good run. I'm a bit 50-50 on it. Canadian seems to be pretty much in bed with the Americans, so that could be affected. And it might come down to 98. So you've got a choice. What you can do to get to 98, well, hang on, you've got to do it now. Make your mind up now. Because if you hit the TP, you're out. If you might want to say, all right, I'm going to move my TP down to 99. I'm going to move my stop down to 99. Give it 99.90. There you are, 99.90. And if it gets to 99.50, I might cut my position. Now, I hope you all know what I mean by that. If you've got one micro, clearly you can't. If you've got more than one micro, you can bank part of your position, let the other part run. So let's say you've got 4 micros, for argument's sake. It gets to 99.50. You've modified your TP to 99. You've modified already your stop to, let's say, 99.90. Make it, make it 100 on the dot. Make it 100 on the dot. And then it gets to 99.50. Maybe you've got, let's say, 4. You bank 2. Let the other 2 run. And then if it gets to 90, maybe you can bank 1, let the other one run. But before you do that, you modify your stop to maybe, I don't know, 98 or something. That's another suggestion you can have a look at. Ride the damn winner in a nutshell. The thing is psychology, it's had such a good run. It's stressing you. Is he going to get there or not? I think when you're out, at least I can now celebrate. That's when you're taking the eye off the ball. You know, it's still 2 minutes to go. I know you're 20 points up in the game or you're 2 goals up, but you keep your eye on the ball till the whistle goes. You're still in it, produce and maybe get some more out of it. So just throwing those subjects at you, you know, suggestions at you. And I hope you all know how to partly close. You have to close in tower position. I'm going to wait for someone to put their hand up and ask me, how do you do that? If they don't, I'm not going to volunteer for you. I'm going to wait for you. If you do, that's fair enough. If you don't, it's up to you to make the effort to say, I don't understand, please show me. Then I will. Unfortunately, I think we're feeding people too much, becoming dependent. All good? So, no replies, not many people typing like mad. You all know how to cut your position, not to close it, cutting it, partially closing it. Taking some off the table, I think. Okay, Pete, good to have you back anyway. Okay, Keone, let's say if it gets to 50, you want to cut it, you can let the whole lot run. In fact, it starts passing 50, you want to let the whole lot run. You're so much profit, might as well let the whole bloody lot run and move your stop down to 80, 99, 80, you know what I mean? Run the thing down to eventually stopped out. We did, believe it or not, this is a few months ago, all right, but, you know, and we did a thousand pip on the Dow. Unfortunately, a lot of guys couldn't handle it. Too much success at once. So I can't handle all this kind of winning. And they took it too quickly. But literally, it modified, discussed it, and it didn't get 1,000. That's like 100 pips, a damn good return on a Forex. That's like 10 damn good, brilliant returns on a Forex trade in one trade. You know what I mean? So yeah, ride the damn winner. Yeah, pleased to see we're getting a few new faces in here. So obviously, guys, think let's give this a go. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm so pleased new guys are coming in. Because it breaks my heart to see most people, like everything else, are nice guys. They're nice people. You know? I'm using American sense, guys, girls, guys, the same thing. Nice people, you know, nice guys. And they're not coming in and they're running away with it. And they're doing things that they needn't do, and it's costing them. So, yeah. Tough enough fighting the unpredictable markets without making mistakes which we can control and do something about. Yeah, I think that the Aussie dollar has had its run and it might slow down a bit. So before looking at it, I tend to leaning on your side there. Actually, I think the pound's come up interest rate. I'm sure it's this week or whatever. I can't remember now, but that might affect it. But you're looking for a long sense. Now, first thing you notice there, guys, immediately it's above the 2 major moving averages. In fact, made all 3 of them. Okay, so it's clear in the buy zone. It's come back on support, and it's bounced. I got a bit early, actually, a bit late now to say that. I know if and all that. 80 pips. Now we've got it back down here. I think we missed that, to be honest. I think we missed it. I like it down here. It looks like serious support there. I've already got one there, you dickhead. Sorry. Put another bloody thing. I've got one in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I think we missed it though. I think we missed the bloody thing. Yeah, take it up there. Stop down here. Absolutely. I think we missed it. You can still get a 2-to-1 if you want to chase it now. It's still a weekly. Well, it's not looking bad in the 4-hour before we throw it out the window, guys. Certainly be moving upwards. How far did this guy here? You might get 50 if you didn't get your TP out. And you get a TP up here even from there. Still 200 pips to go. Yeah. You can squeeze one. Yeah, actually, more look at it. It's not a bad. Bugger it, we missed it. In a way, the ship is sort of sailed, but we can still get on the pilot launch and join it. We keep all my mixing metaphors there. Yeah, Morris, you've got the time to do it. Don't get cute, the guys, and confuse them. When you're running, don't teach, don't start talking about the running principles. A lot of guys are still walking, but I hear you. And even you're more experienced and you have other jobs to do, you can't do that. You'd have to, that's only for guys that have time to do that. But yeah, I hear you. That's fine. I often don't, but I start putting them in now in case people check the trades and not using it. Oh, what simple TB, I haven't got it in. So I put it in anyway, but it can be a little bit like that because I'm in front. I'm a bit more experienced, as I take it. 1.8722. I want to blow this guy here. 8722. Now, to me, that's too tight. It's below, it's a 4 hour. It's within the range of a 4 hour. In the range of a 4 hour, and that's only 2 hours old. It's a 2 hour old candle. Basically, your stop is within a 2 hour candle. Far too close. If you're gonna use a 4 hour, I'd rather have it down here. It's not that much far, a bit safer down here. You're gonna need a decent stop of it. If you have too much of a jump, it might even pull back a bit, because the momentum's still clearly up. I think a little hesitant for you guys, limited amounts of funds to try and get too cute with this one. But I see on where you're coming from, you might grab 40, 50 to hold it and grab it. You might get some noise at 188. I think it can get a 188. I think it's going to hover. There might be some profit taking there. It might get a bit of a pullback. So if you want to take it at Furious only, I can sort of support you on that, Marius. The other thing, give it a bit of a miss. I think it could have a bit of a pullback around about the round figure. And then we can look to maybe buying if we get a 20, 30, 40 pip pullback. That's my thing. But your stop loss, trust me, is too tight. Ooh, you bought it. Ooh, bloody hell, okay. Nothing wrong with buying of it. I'm just worried with this stuff coming out with Powell later on. You're doing all right at the moment. You bought it at 1248. Sorry, Roger, read the bloody thing. Ken's an experienced guy. He won't ask you a daft question like that. Silly boy, Roger. Yeah, put up to even, Stephen. Then you're protected. Whatever happens to the FOMC, unless you get an extreme jump, which I doubt, you're protected. Bring it up to your entry. Nice question. Excellent. Well done, Ken. I have a bad habit of that, jumping in where fools fear to tread sometimes with a question without reading it properly. I do beg your pardon. Yeah, I like it. Well done. 124.81. In fact, make it 124.85. Cover your spread. So you're completely risk-free. Make it 124.85. You've still got 30 pips. It's below the round figure. Should be all right. You take the risk out of it, you're doing good.
124.85.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. You're learning stuff now, Claire. It's getting a little less foggy. Is it starting to get a little bit clearer now? The fog start to clear up a little bit, or are you still completely confused, or getting somewhere, Claire? Hope you are. I'm not sure. What do you think, guys? Short's the name of the game. I get that. It's a bit of resistance there. Personally speaking, I'd sell a higher price. Thank you, Claire. Now, I'm going to bring Claire up again. She hasn't been doing this too long, so I'm saying it for motivation, you guys. It doesn't take bloody years. Claire, how long have you been joining us? Only a couple of weeks or so. It starts to take form reasonably quickly. That's what I'm trying to get to people. Not frighten them off with phenomenal amounts of indicators and all sorts of stuff. Like, what is going on here? No, it starts to think, well, hang on a minute. This is not 4 years of bloody draft here. That's good to hear. 2 weeks, there you are, and it's looking a lot clearer. So stick with it, guys. If you give up the first hurdle, it's not going to help you much with life. It's like getting married and then getting divorced after one petty little argument, you know. Load shedding, yeah. Anyway, let's move along. I'm not sure I'll be chasing now. I think it might get a bit of a bounce here. Anyone disagree with me on that? AUD CAD, we can do that in a minute. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone think it's a short here? Morris thinks it's a short. I think I'd rather get a better price. I'm not. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one, but I'm going to be a trading chicken on here. Clap, John. Anyone think it's a good idea to chase it here, or buy it, or whatever? Any opinions? You need to have opinions now. If you first started, I get that. You probably sit and learn. But guys have been here, 2-3 weeks or longer. Maybe got some opinions. What do you think, guys? LIA from Dirk. Okay. LIA means leave it alone, by the way. Something evolved by guys no longer with on the planet, but it means no longer as a trading, left to get some job somewhere a year or two ago. But he came up with LIA, leave it alone. Okay, that's fine. And are we LIA guys? I'm an LIA guy. Anybody want to sell this? Or buy it if you want. Dollar's still coming off, by the way. I have interest in the US, that is. And Tom was at LIA. Okay, they will trade before, guys. Remember that? I think probably Morris. I think you'll be on your own on this one, by look at it. You like the trade. Marnie likes it. Marnie likes the short. Let's see how Marnie's been pretty good. So that's interesting. That. Okay. Well, I'm going to stick with the other LIAs. And let's see if the trading tigers of Morris and Marnie, 2 M's, there we are. M&M, there we are. the trading rappers, M&M. Okay, AUD, good luck, guys, good luck.
Sorry,
AUD,
Roger, but that one can work on the EGA strategy.
Can it indeed?
Yes.
Can it indeed? Thanks for waking me up, Mr. Putt. Yes, it can. For EJS, yes, you can. How far is it to the 10? Let's have a look. 12 pips, that's good enough. I think it's below 20 pips, that should be all right. With 50 pips stop, hey. If you want to do on the EJS, 50 pips stop, no TP. That's 90 rand a micro, and just take it down till you eventually stopped out. Yeah, I'm happy on the EJS. Correct. Claire, correct. You're giggling there. You like the M&M one? Yeah. Yeah, they're all simple.
Like it. Nice one, Marius.
Yeah. Yeah, from EJS, yeah. Otherwise, I'd hold on. But the EJS, yeah, I agree. That's the 10, that's the 10, that's the 100, that's the, we'll go in order. 10, blue is 50, that's the 100, and that's the 200, all simple. If you like them, put them on and then right click, go to templates, save the template, put your name in there, and away you go. You save several. You save one without the 100. We don't use the 100 in the AGS. We only use the brown, the blue, and the red one. Gently. Okay. Good. See how that goes. Oh, something else came up. AUD CAD. Right, that gave us a lot of gin. I think we're still in it. Yeah, we had a short on that one, and it decided to jump up, as you can see from that. That was interest rate decision was unexpected. I go on about most of the guys don't like to spook the market. To be fair, Australians are responsible Australians, but that's a little bit more of that, but not much more. America, unfortunately, is responsible the world and Europe to a certain extent. So the likelihood of them spooking the market, very, very unlikely. I'd be staggered. It'd be something seriously wrong. They don't come up with a 0.25% as expected. Aussies can do that. So they came up with a 0.25% unexpectedly. Look at that major green candle. That was a fundamental unexpected. You didn't know that car was going to come through the red robots when you were green. You were set to go and they came screaming, hit you. It's not your fault. You weren't expecting that. So it knocked us hard. We're still in it though. I'm still in it, so I presume you're still in it. Basically, yeah. Now you're thinking, if I'm correct, Tomby, that you're not in it anymore, and you're looking, you might want to join it. I see downside here, and I would agree. Just one little fancy word prevarication on it is the fact that I know Canada's a separate country, but they tend to sort of almost follow in sympathy with their big neighbor to the south. And if you do get a weaker dollar, Canadian might weaken. If you get a stronger dollar, the Canadian should strengthen. It is an oil-producing nation, and with $70 a barrel is not helping their cause much, so it has actually weakened the Canadian a bit. Second. Sorry about this, Tabaho. Tabaho, yeah, I'm in the trading moment. Can you call me back after 11 and I'll assist you there? Okay. Okay, I'll assist you there. I'm in the trading room right now. I'll put that down. Give me a call in case forgets to. No, Marnie, that's the EJS. If you're doing the EJS, it's a 50 pip stop, 90 bucks a micro, and normally use a trailing stop, but you can modify up to you. No TP, let it run till you're stopped out. That's a trading room setup. I think you were here when we started that. It's an EJS. It's not a trade idea to put out to guys. Okay, Pete, and we'll catch you later. Once I agree with you, I agree exactly, but I'd rather wait till it breaks through. Breaks through the floor or the ceiling first to the next floor, if you see what I mean. But no, this EJS is completely separate. If you're not sure, I can explain. It won't take you long to pick it up, but if you don't know about it, what you do? It's completely separate. This is a trading room evolved idea, nothing to do with what's out there. You ask guys out there and what you're talking about. This is purely came out from the trading room. Okay, so AUD CAD, depends what's going to happen with the dollar will affect the Canadian, but I must admit, I think it's things overcooked on the upside, the Canada, on the AUD and the Canadian. So I'm expecting some downside now, but if you look at the hourly, it's total indecision. Don't be surprised, indecision moving forward. It seems to be people a bit wary of trading on a lot of areas because of the big stuff coming out later on. Having said that, the dollar is continuing to weaken. I find that quite interesting, actually. Why is it continuing to weaken? They expect a 0.25%. Obviously, what the institution are thinking, 0.25% they're priced in, but they're expecting that the hawkish stance is going to cool off, and they think it's going to be no more interest rate increases going forward. The next question is, when will they start to taper the interest rates? They're banking or expecting that, and that's why I think they're selling the dollar at the moment. That's why the dollar index is coming off of it, in my opinion. What is unique, it's bespoke, it is unique. We thought you in here. Yeah, and on H4 as well, okay. It's still on it. So I think it's still here, beg your pardon. Yeah, I'm in the trading room. Can you give me a shout after 11 o'clock? I'm just going to knock him off on this thing. I'm going to knock him off. Okay. Right. So there we go. So of the 4, I heard. Yeah. Well, certain momentum's down, we could bounce. Okay, that's fair enough. CAD we mentioned. Okay. Yeah, I'd leave that alone at the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't get too cute at the moment. If you're in, hold on. If you're not in, get a bit cute. I do see some downside. Any bounce yet on the WPI? Not yet. I think if you get to 70, if you Tom B, if you didn't take it at the earlier figure, if you want to go to 70, and then you maybe take it and wider stop. Maybe you can take your stop. Yeah, you maybe take your stop right below down here, and then you can still go right up here, and you get your risk reward in place. So you'll have the advantage. You wait for 70. If it bounces to get in, stop right down here, right out the way. Wasn't there what that price till well. March, right, so it'll be later than that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, and then put your stop out the way down there and take it up. And the same TP as a tick. you want. Okay, all right, that's sorted that out. You modified your stop on this one because you're doing beautifully. Well done. Gold should be out. Oh yeah, CAD JPY. How's that faring? Okay, that's just about not quite hit the TP. So if you modified your TP, you should have done it already. Then you can modify your stop. If you want to cut, you can. If you don't want to cut, you want to don't cut, obviously, and write it down. So you can try 99 as the next target. Modify your stop now to 99.80. And then, so yeah, modify your TP to 99, modify your stop loss to 99.80, and see if you can write down for it. I think you might have been out if you didn't modify it. No, that's, I think the sell came, but the buy didn't. So in theory, you should be in. You should still be in. Anybody hit the TP on it, or are we still in it? Because remember, you hit it on the sell, but not on the buy. And you'll only get out on the buy, not the sell. Just remember that. Hope you understand. If you sell short, you get in that price, you get out of that. If you go long, you get in that price, you get out of that. So it got to, on the bid, it got to 99.50, but literally it didn't quite get there on the ask. So anybody, are you guys still in your CAD JPY? Okay, did you modify your TP and modify your stop? If you haven't, you're still and you want to do it. If you don't want, it's up to you. I'm just saying, if you want it, you took your profit, Ken, okay? You're still in Mandela, okay? Well, then you can run with it. Put your stop at 99.80, and it's still trying to come off as it bounces. Put your new TP at 99. There you are. Have you all got that? Okay, Marty, that's fine on the AUD NZD, that's fine. Okay, have you got that, guys? Modify, unless you want to get stopped out of the TP, but otherwise modify to 99, bring your stop loss to 99.80. You got there just under 200 pips profit, whatever happens, and squeeze a bit more. Go for it. I'm giving the idea to guys to ride the winners. And you'll find you make the odd 50, 60 pip loss. This one will, you know, it's like 4 losses and you're still in a profit, net profit, but 1 win. Get the idea by riding the winners. It's like women, you get rid of after 1 or 2 days of the women are giving you hell, or the men are giving you hell for a female, who's married for life, the ones that are giving you a wonderful life, you know? Stick with the winners. Okay, fair enough. You have to go, you got to go. I feel very rejected, by the way, Dirk. I hope you know that. I feel psychologically traumatized. You're dumping me. But anyway, if you must, you must. Okay, moving on. Any questions anyone to look at? What's happening with the NAS? Probably drifting along. You'd be surprised. Yeah, no surprise there. Okay. I just wish they had this bloody thing at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night. Get out the bloody way, eh? But yeah, if you want to join the WTI and you haven't, you get a chance of a better price. Okay. Oh, one we forgot about was the one we did yet, EURJPY. We did that one. Didn't send it out, just in the trading room. That was at 150.02. The ones that did that one would be 30 pips in profit. Well, yeah, we all know about BRICS. Well, the S in BRICS should be South Africa. I'm not too sure anymore. That's verging on a failed state. You can't compare South Africa, China to the C part. Different ball game. India, 4th biggest economy in the world now. Different ball game. Russia, what's too big? Brazil is growing. I think it should be BRIC without the S now. It don't be nasty, but it seems to be the way it's going. Don't know why they managed to do that. Another failed state. Shame. The amount of time and work and constitution and money and trouble and sacrifice made to make this country work after the past, to go and blow it in 25 years is quite an achievement. No, leave it alone, Shepard. Leave it alone. Leave gold alone. If you're in it still, modify your stop, enjoy the long. Don't try and sell it now, no. Leave gold alone. It's too much pushed around by what's going to happen to fundamentals. Oh, that's another good question, Ken. Why would you want to sell it now? Yeah. I should probably guessing. When you start, you think it's a bit high, so it must come down, so I'll sell it. Yeah. It's like saying, been married happily for you for 10 years. It's been absolute bliss and wonder. It's got to go wrong, so let's get divorced and wonder why your wife looks at you if you've lost all your marbles, you know? Why not go for 20 years of happy marriage? Why you want to sell it, you know? But Ken might be able to help you on that. Ken's a good guy, yeah. Chepo, good question. Chepo, answer Ken, why do you want to sell it? I presume everyone knows about BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, supposed to be emerging markets. Well, India and certainly China have emerged. China's hardly an emerging market. It's a growing market, hardly emerging. Brazil is emerging, doing reasonably. Russia as well. Russia's got so much, in my opinion, incorrectly, natural resource they rely on. I think it should be more like Dubai and start doing something else. You know? Anyway, they're relying on it to do okay. South Africa is just anyway, leave it alone. South Africa, let's just drop it. How not to do it. Yeah, Euro JPY. Any of you guys do the Euro JPYs yesterday afternoon? We're in a profit, 30 pips. If you want to do it, maybe we can modify and stop to break even. So 30 pips in profit.
No, it's fine. I'm just wondering about the announcement, 11 o'clock, the euro.
I thought it was tomorrow. Is that today? I thought it was tomorrow. Let's check. Excuse me, mate. So all this crap's getting in the way. Get out of the way first.
Unemployment rate.
Well, Wednesday today. I haven't got it yet. I've got 2 stars and 3 star. I don't have anything for the euro today.
Yeah, the euro 2-star is unemployment rate 11 o'clock.
Well, I don't have it. I don't know why. I don't have it. Anyway, I wouldn't worry about that too much. It's a 2-star. Don't know why I've got 2 and 3. I haven't got it. Well, the 3-star yesterday didn't much difference, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think the big one is tomorrow at 11. Am I looking at the wrong place? Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, no, I don't have it from wherever. Anyway, tomorrow is where's tomorrow now? I've got next week, yeah, dickhead. Oh, Father, I don't do that with you. Sorry. Just give me a moment. Checking, sorry, I was checking for strategy emerging on back to CPI. Forgot to put it back. I do beg your pardon. So I've got next week in front of me. So let's go back and do it properly. Wednesday. German. It's a German euro unemployment rate. Quite correct. 6.5%. Which 2-star. It might have an effect, but it's not going to be major. Okay, back to this week. I wonder why I didn't have it. And then I couldn't find the important ones. Yeah. Okay. 11 o'clock tomorrow is a big one. It's 11 o'clock. It's the where is it now? It's Thursday, 11 o'clock. Can't find it. Thursday's tomorrow, the 4th, right? Can't find it. Is it maybe Friday then? I thought it was tomorrow. Can you find it, Europe? I can't find it. Yes, I can. It's 2:15. What 11 o'clock from? I don't know. Sorry, it is. It's 2:15 tomorrow. It's not 11 o'clock for whatever reason. It's the euro interest rate decision, and that's all. That one. Looking at the wrong time zone there. Yeah, so don't worry about that too much. Okay. ADP is coming out 2:15, by the way. in the States, don't forget that. That might have some little bit of movement. Okay. Okay, all right. So we've done our trades. WTI, is it coming off still? But still dropping a little bit more. Wow, I'm a bit surprised. I thought 70 would hold. Maybe we did get the trade out looking like a little bit than we should have done. Anyway, still dropping. That's interesting. Didn't expect to drop quite as quickly that much. Well, I suggest then it's dropping through 70. Leave it. Leave it. I'm not very surprised at that. Leave it. It might still, if you're in, don't panic. You've got a wide stop, it might recover, but be heading to chasing it now as it broke through 70. That does surprise me. I thought 70 would hold. But keep an eye on it. It bounces, try it out, or whatever. Okay. CAD JPY, it's starting to bounce a bit. But you got your stop protecting, so you come right there. If you're out, you're out. If you're in, you're protected, you're going to make money on it. It's a nice trade. Okay, Alan, fair enough. Okay, that's covered most of the stuff. Any question, guys? Anything you want to look at? How's your EURNZD going? No, okay. You are AU, well, I'm looking on one there. AUD NZD, I thought it would make sense. Not too bad, eh? Starting out and go. Right, any suggestions, guys? Yeah, I talked about earlier on, people weren't too keen. I thought it was short there. I couldn't get, that's right, couldn't get a TP properly. That's couldn't get a decent risk reward, okay. Interesting. Dollar's falling off, so that might go further up. We'll see what happens there. No, well, I can analyze, but I don't agree with you. We don't have the German 40. I don't think it's such a thing. German 30, the DAX, we do have. Rather trade the NAS. I mean, the Germans follow, FTSE follows, Hang Seng follows, Nikkei, not exactly. WAM's the Dow and the NAS. You might as well trade that. And you've got a micro. You don't have a micro on this. You know how much money you got, Hillary, but it's a 10 contract size. Don't forget, check the contract size. It's 10 on the micro. It's only 1 on the NAS. So and that follows anyway. I can't see why you'd want to trade the German. But if you're setting around the NAS, you wouldn't want to buy this one. You want to be doing the same thing. But I don't know how much money you got, Hillary. But if you got less than 5 grand or 4 grand for the German 30, no, actually no, it's 15,000. No, if you got less than 5 grand, I wouldn't be touching it. Rather go to the NAS on the micro, and they can trade it with smaller amounts. And even if you did have more, why would you go to the German? You got a perfectly good one on the NAS. It's a better instrument. It's like going for a drag artist. Why not go for the real thing? If you've got 5K, Harry, thanks for updating. You can do the German 30, but no more than 0.01. You need a wide stop, and it might bump up a bit. Anything could happen, but it's going to follow. The industry is going to follow what happens with Jerome Powell later on today. And I'm still at the moment, unless the fundamentals change, it's sell the rally. I would not touch it. I strongly suggest you leave it alone. You might turn out to be right, but that's more luck than judgment. It's a better option, yeah. But I still wouldn't be buying the NAS. I'd be leaving it alone. But then you can go 0.01 on the NAS normal, or you can go 0.0 If you go 1 mini on the NAS micro, same equivalent as a micro on the NAS normal. Get this right. 1 mini on the micro and the NAS is exactly the same as 1 micro on the normal one. So it gives you more flexibility on the micro. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Good idea, Coney. Nice thought on that one. Make hay when the sun shines, but don't try and make hay when it's pissing with rain. These fundamentals come out, it's like precipitating. Okay, fine, Hillary, good stuff. Is that WTI still falling? That's surprising me, that. I thought 70 might be regained. Now a bit of sense is coming back. You might get a bounce from here. Good stuff. Now I'm more keen. If you didn't do it, you can chase it here. And you can put a wider stop. Put it below the last low on 14th May and take it up the same TP. Do your position size calculator, should all have it. If you don't have this, and you try to trade without knowing your volumes, it's going shopping around a budget. Go to live chat and then go to tech support, get a load of your computer on your laptop. Oh, sorry, I haven't done that yet. Do it now. Economic calendar we talk about, copy and paste it for you. You must all have it. I'm sure 1 or 2 newer guys here don't. So here it is for you. Do this one as well, quickly for you. This is the dollar index we talk a lot about. And the yields on the 10-year note, inversely proportional to the markets and gold in particular is the yields, just so you know. There you are, keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, my number. Okay, here's my WhatsApp number. If you need any assistance, you can just WhatsApp me direct, as long as you've got a funded live account with bucks in it, not a couple hundred rand, I mean proper bucks in it, and not in a demo account. Okay, if you've got more than 2.5 grand or $150, let me know, and I'll upload you to my VIP QT WhatsApp group, where you will get daily updates and things like that. It's useful to be a member. It's free, but at least you're a member there. Yeah, because I'm surprised you'd ask such a question. I'm not going to give you free stuff if you got your money with another broker. If you got your money with another broker, go and get their trading rooms, their assistants. And if they're not providing it, why are you with them? Why don't you come to us? If you, I'm going to check it out. Sorry, Hillary, I'm going to check it out. If you haven't got a live account with us, I'm not sure you should be here in the trading room. You know, I don't go and get advice off Joe lawyer and then go and give him business elsewhere. That's just not on. It's not done. I assume you've got an account here, a live account, but funded, not with nothing in it. I mean, I'm not talking $100 in it. I mean, have you got a funded live account of 5K with us? Then that's fine. If you've got 50 elsewhere, it's up to you. But we prefer to have you here, obviously. But if you haven't got an account with us and you're just coming along here for the freebie ride, taking business elsewhere, well, that's not kosher, is it? Really, obviously. Hey, well, come and work for me and I'll pay your mate next door for the work you do. Yeah? I'm not playing the game. But yeah, you got an account with us and trade with us. You've got an account with us, you remember you don't trade with us, so I'll pull you from it. It's a business like any other business, obviously. I think that's a fair comment. And I would say, if you prefer the other broker, why are you coming here? They've obviously got better service, better trading room. Yeah.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, go for it.
If I can remember during those years, I was never allowed in a trading room without basic training. You had to learn a couple of things before you can come to the training room. So I used to envy the trading room when we were still in Sunninghill. Yeah, on my first days when I was studying all this.
Yeah.
So
Well, that is fair enough. The thing is, to be honest, Kev, I'd be very keen if we could control it, but we can't. If a guy just bungs a few bucks in here and he has access to it, it's very difficult to know how to control it. We just have to ask for the better nature of people. But I think that's better nature is something of the old days. But yeah, it'd be nice to tighten it up. I mean, it's part of the service we're offering it. And, you know, I mean, Hillary has clarified that subsequently, to be fair. But no, his brother must get his account over here and then he can join us. But no, otherwise not. I mean, I can't stop you, the brother joining in if he's got the Zoom ID and comes up with a fake name. What can I do? Or his brother can go whatever. But I think it's only
but
fair.
mate, when you are a beginner, it's different because when you look at the trading room, you see as a place where people are digging money, people are just making money, and all the signals are easy and winning. It's easy going. You know, we all have that idea. Now we are all rushing to the trading room. Come here, put the money down, and blow all that money, and then we realize that no, we have to go back and study and all that, you know. So it's a pity when you tell someone it's hard to understand.
Yeah, I've said this many times, Ken, I totally agree. It's a worldwide human issue, this, where everybody's looking for this holy grail, the pill that gives you something for nothing. Pop this pill and all your dreams will come true. Won't cost you anything, no effort on your side, and all will come flooding towards you. That's the dream we all have, but unfortunately, reality is slightly different. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to be seeing that future really, where you know it has to be a situation you can't come to the trading room unless you've actually bought a course or you've done certain aspects to qualify for it. Because the trouble is, guys are coming in expecting again the freebie. I don't want to buy the course because I don't want to spend the money on it, so I'll get free trade in the trading room. You've got a gift to get, and too many people always take the shortcut round, and then they don't get there. You know. But to be fair, Hillary's quite openly said his brother, and that's fair enough. But if your brother wants to trade, no harm coming in to try it out. Come in a couple of times. I can trust it. It makes sense. Then I'm going to fund my quick trade account and join in properly. That's fine. Not go and fund my account in ABC brokers and then come and join in. Well, I mean, clearly it's not the right way to do it. You wouldn't like it the other way around. Well, then leave them alone, because otherwise it's going to feed off you. That's how they don't want to make the effort. They want you to make it for them. That's what something for nothing brigade the world. I don't want to give. I want you to do all the giving. I want to do all the taking. That doesn't work that way. So unless you want something for nothing, let him find out the hard way. Not just your brother, not being personal. Generally, that find out the hard way. If they get away with being fed without the effort, why should they stop? Path the least resistance. They're going to continue until suddenly the brother leaves, and then they're all stuck in there and they can't cope. You know, it's like people relying on their partner to do all the thinking and decisions and everything for them, and the partner disappears, and then they're snookered. They've got to what to do. No, person's got to learn to stand their own 2 feet. If you've got to vote and you're over 18, you've got to learn to stand. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Yeah. Remember the old comedy, UK comedy, Only Fools and Horses? It's short for the statement, only fools and horses work. But all those guys, especially old Del Trotter, always a quick scheme throughout the series, and it's always broken. Don't pay, make him pay himself, otherwise value. If you give someone away for free, often not value. I was even thinking maybe charge the trading room, not much, just to make it add some value to it. Because people, if you're paying, they will rock up and the things of value. If it's free, they don't attribute value. then they're going to rely on the brother or the sister or the mother or the daughter, the wife, the husband, or whatever it is to do everything for them. And then, yeah, no, fortunately, it's the way it is. Human nature. It's not personal attack, it's human nature. I've done it myself and don't have me ass kicked. No, you do it yourself. Nobody wants to make an effort, so I understand that. So you've got to like force it a bit and make them realize the effort to get fit is worth the result of being to climb Mount Everest. If you know what I mean. Trying to climb Mount Everest, if you feel like it, and then you probably die halfway up. Anyway, moving on, if you got the point. Fairly obvious point, it's not going to be laboured any longer than it actually has. CAD JPY, just go back to it again. Hovering a little bit. So if you're out, you're out. You're still in. Leave the stop it is at 80. If you get stopped, profit continues down. You make a nice one for the win-win situation. Leave it at the moment. You're a CHF. And that ship sailed. Rather get it higher up. Pity. Not much else I can offer on the trading front. I think that's covered. Oh yeah, AUD/NZD. Anything happening there? That was EJS as well. Anything happening there? Popping up a bit, but that's the noise for you. Not much happening there. AUD/USD. We're leaving dollars alone. You can if you like it, but I'm leaving the dollar alone because of the fundies coming out later on this evening. So I'm not going to get cute on it. The dollar's falling at the moment as we speak. Let's check on my other. Yeah, the dollar's falling at the moment, but that might suddenly jump up. The reason why the Aussie is going, it's not much to do with the Aussie, actually. It's more the dollar falling the index. Will that be sustained? Who knows? Probably go sideways when that. Put on an hour, get a better picture of it. It's probably going to hover in that range till the big news comes out, and it's either going to do shoot up or down or whatever it's going to do. Okay, I wouldn't get too cute with the dollar at the moment. The indices, the shares, the gold, the dollar, rather wait till tomorrow to look at them. Okay. Unless you really believe the dollar's going to weaken, you really believe Powell is going to stop any more interest rate increases after today, and you believe he's going to start reducing them within the year, and you believe he's going to state that factor, then you can sell the dollar and buy the other currency. But if you're not sure of that, and you don't, well, then that's your choice. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like this dollar is, a lot of people believe it's gonna weaken with Federal Bank saga and all.
I hear you, but I've seen them wrong before as well. And the news comes out completely different, and then come back. They get caught. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs get caught with their $1 million pants down. Yeah, they're certainly believing because the price action showing that really can. But yeah, we'll see.
No, I agree with the two of you. I think the other factor is these people or the traders that are so scared for the banks. I mean, after three went bust, that's the problem.
Yeah, very much so. And the banks now have really, really, really tightened up with their lending. And that is a major consideration the institutions are thinking Powell will take when it comes to fighting inflation. Basically, they're doing it for him. And that's why I think they might not have any more, and they might even look at some hint it could start tapering it because of that bank fear. You're quite right. Okay, guys, remember Rome was built in a day. You've got stuff, you've showed your charts, you know about calculator, you got the DXY, you got the economic calendar, you got my contact details, you've got obviously some on your account to make use of it, if you want it, that is. And you know about specifications, see margin and things like that, get the properties, covered all that. So yeah, just repetition, stick it out. Don't expect to hit a hole in one after one shot. I'm sorry about hitting one ball in practice. Just got to practice at it and hopefully get better. Yeah, that's about me. Sort of completed the stuff for this morning. I think I've oh yeah, a couple of something I might just want to save a couple of things. Anything? I'll just read it out to you quick before we close up, if you want to hear it. Just a second. Just get the stuff out of the way, so it's getting there. Just read a little bit of thing out to you before we close up. Fed decision, hike in May, get pause underway. Bit of rhyming slang there. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to deliver a quarter-point interest rate hike when it concludes its two-day meeting on Wednesday, with some investors expecting central bank officials to signal a pause as it assesses its year-long tightening campaign. Investors are focusing on whether the US central bank indicates it expects to pause interest rates after May. We've discussed that. In fact, I'm not telling you anything new. They're just saying what I've said already, so I bore you. Okay, if you want to contact me, please put your real account number in and not just your first name. Don't say, hello, this is George. Who the hell's George? It's George from the trading room. There might be a lot of Georges in the trading room. Please put your details in. I get a lot of that. Hi. Well, hi. Yeah, who are you? You know what I mean? And it takes time to ask these questions. It gets busy. Hello, Roger. I heard about your name, so-and-so. My name is John Smith. My real account number is 200-146. I've actually got $4,000 in my account. Please upload me and send me your full details. Thank you very much. What a pleasure. Don't let me spend half an hour trying to extract the bloody teeth of information from you. Rather offer it, be more forthcoming, and it saves a lot of time all the way around. Okay, on that note, hope to see you later on. Hope you start to get the idea of what's going on. And yeah, we'll just step by step, hope we start getting there. Okay, guys, thanks for all your assistance. Great stuff. Cheers.